Hello everyone and welcome to this reading. For today I thought we would channel or receive some messages from your higher self regarding your current situation. So if you find yourselves in a time of uncertainty, troubles, or I don't know, simply unanswered questions, we will see what your higher self has to say about it. Maybe we can get some advice from spirit. We'll see what comes through. Okay, so in order to help you choose, I have prepared here 3 options. Group number 1 will get the bear card. Group number 2 will get the squirrel in the middle. And group number 3 will get the giraffe. Okay, so group number 1, bear. Group number 2, squirrel in the middle. And group number 3, giraffe. Please take your time in making your choice. I will put the timestamps in the description box as always, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, group number 1. If you chose the bear card, this is going to be your reading. 3 of Cups. Okay. We have the World. We have 6 of Swords. We have the Wheel. We have 4 of Cups. We have Queen of Swords. Well, the first message that I received, let's just arrange these a little bit better. The first message that I received was the fact that you keep repeating the same situations, or you keep making the same decisions and expect different results. It's almost like you're going around in circles when it comes to your current situation, and your current situation is not actually that current, or it doesn't feel really current. It feels like a repeating cycle. So, you know, this could be very specific. Some of you, group number 1, might feel like, why does this keep happening? What can I do to stop this, to prevent this from happening? The problem is, the message you're getting from your higher self is the fact that you keep making the same decisions and you keep taking the same actions without actually realizing, some of you without realizing. And I'm also seeing a little bit of a stubbornness when it comes to approaching these sort of situations and these sort of circumstances. But the most powerful message, the most powerful energy, the most powerful direction that I'm seeing here is that you are isolating yourself. When you're going through these situations, you are isolating yourself. You are turning your back to people in general, people that are around you, people that could help you. And you keep doing that because, I don't know, maybe you're trying to shield them from your problems. Maybe you want to be seen as somebody who is always happy and always accomplished and never struggling, or something of that sort. So you keep going through these circumstances by yourself and reject help and reject any sort of discussion with other people, you know, interacting with other people, asking advice from other people, asking us even a second opinion. And you keep rejecting help, you know, you keep rejecting communication. And you always want to go about it by yourself. Like you get the 6 of Swords, like walking away, and then you get this Queen of Swords, like she has her back to us, and there's like this cage. It's like you're trying to keep everything to yourself. And I feel like the circumstances, the situations that you find yourselves in at this specific moment require you to reach out, to expand, to actually consult yourself with other people that are close to you, and people who might be able to give you a different opinion, a second opinion, or a different perspective on things. Let's see what else. Because, like I said, this is like sort of like a repeating, reoccurring theme. We have 7 of Cups reversed. And then we have the Hierophant. See, the lack of vision and rigid thinking. We have 10 of Pentacles. We have 8 of Cups. We have Ace of Wands. And then we have Temperance. You seem to be relying, let me put this somehow here, I don't know. You seem to be relying on old values or an old way of thinking and of approaching things. That's what I'm getting. Like you have no vision. You feel like you have no options, or you don't want to have options. You are very rigid in your ways, group number 1. That's what I'm getting when it comes to this situation. You are going based on tried and tested methods, tried and tested ways. You don't, I feel, for some of you, I feel like it's a sense of comfort, like you are comfortable doing things in a certain way. And for some of you, it's this idea of I've invested so much into my stability, into my well-being, into my, I don't know, so for some of you, prosperity. I don't want to leave that behind. I don't want to give that up. So if you are confronted with a decision or choices or whatever, it might mean that you feel like you have to give up something. But for most part, it's about rigid thinking. It's about being trapped in your own values, that you have become very, not old-fashioned, but very conservative and very traditional, and you feel like things have to be done in a certain way, and your way is the best way. And I feel like for some of you it has served you well up until a certain point, but you need a different approach, and you need to take some chances, and you need to take a risk, because it's okay to have values, it's okay to follow traditions, it's okay to be conservative and have especially moral values, but you need to remain flexible, because not all situations are going to be solved, are going to be managed with the old ways of doing things. And that's why with this Temperance card, I feel like you need balance. You need balance between something new, and you need balance between the old way of seeing things. So you most definitely need to change your perspective in this. Otherwise, you will keep repeating that cycle. It's always going to come back to you, and maybe in a different way. But I feel like you would be able to recognize the patterns, like it's always happening, the same thing always happening. Maybe it's with different people, and this could be about anything, because I want to keep it very general, very open, so it can resonate for everyone watching. Okay, let's see if we can get something else. So that's basically the main message about your situation. You need to open up a little bit more. You need to gain a different perspective on things, and you need to be more flexible about managing this sort of situation, because when the old ways are no longer working for you, then it's time to find a new path. And it's time to find I feel like you've become very ingrained in the old ways of doing things. That's the problem. And like I said, it's not wrong to have values, and especially like older values, but there is a balance required. As with everything in life, a balance is always required. And I feel like you're going towards the, one side of the, okay, well, so we get the balance with the 7 of Swords, and we have the Lookout, okay, and we have Atsum. Okay, so it's basically confirmations. We have Archangel Michael. And we have Caught in the Ruins. And let's see about this Caught in the Ruins. We have the Buddha Prepares. See, the thing is, first of all, you have a very powerful support system around you, group number 1. That's what I'm getting. You have a very powerful support system, and like not necessarily like your spirit guides. It could be a spiritual team, but you do have people close to you who can actually advise you, help you. They could be wiser. For some of you, if you're into spirituality, if you're into psychic, intuitive type of things. You might have your ancestors. Okay, so there's again this connection to the old way of doing things, but you seem to want to keep yourself trapped in a certain, yeah, this reminds me of this Eight of Swords. Keep yourself trapped into these sort of situations. And yes, you need to work on this. You really need to work on this, because it's starting to create problems for you. Like you're repeating cycles, it's creating some trauma, mistrust, it's making you feel vulnerable. Let's see this Archangel Michael. This Archangel Michael at this point reminds me of the Nine of Wands, like this exhausted energy, beaten down energy. Like I keep holding on, I'm trying to hold on, and I'm trying to remain standing for as long as I can, but I don't know how much longer I can take it. Okay, so it's kind of starting to wear you down, and it really needs a change. This entire situation, and your attitude, your way of seeing things needs a radical change. I have the Scribe. Maybe, I don't know, like self-help books, something of that sort. That's what I'm hearing. Like you could read about these sort of things, like document yourself more. The Ascent, okay? So we have 1-7, which is the Balance. We have the Caught in the Ruins card, which is 16, which sums up to a 7. And then we have the Ascent. Okay, so I feel like the message is pretty clear, group number 1. You need balance in order to get out of your mental prison, and in order to ascend to, I don't know, whatever you want to ascend to, okay? Freedom, peace of mind, solution to your problems, and all of that. But for this, a lot of inner work will be required, because I feel like what your higher self is emphasizing at this point, you are going too hard in the wrong direction. You're starting to lose balance because you're too focused in the old way of doing, of seeing things and approaching things. You need to expand a little more. Okay, so I'll leave it at this, group number 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 2. If you chose the squirrel, this is going to be a reading. Let's find out what does your higher self have to say about your situation. And what I was shuffling, I had this Two of Cups coming out, so we're gonna keep that. Okay, we have 10 of Swords. We have the Fool. Oh, we're getting some music as well, huh? We have the Star. We have Ace of Wands. We have 6 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like your ego is blinding you in a certain way. I feel like you believe that you are safe from harm, especially from harm that can come from other people. I feel like you could be, I don't want to give bad news, whatever, but I feel like you could be a bit naive on a certain situation, a bit too hopeful. You might dream a little too big about a certain situation. And this could be related to somebody who is very close to you. For a lot of you with this Two of Cups, it could be about a potential romantic partner, or an actual romantic partner. It could be about a very good friend that's very close to you. It could be about a business associate or work associate. It could even be about a very, very close family member. You don't want to see this person's true face. And not because they're not showing their colors, it's because you simply believe that you are invincible, that no one can harm you. That you can see through their nonsense, that you can tell right away if somebody has negative intentions or not. And I feel like you are underestimating this person's power over you, because this person has the potential to cause you a lot of harm if you keep with this attitude. You are a very prideful person. And I feel like this is some sort of a warning. Like with this other person, it feels like this other person is sort of bringing out the worst in you. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be like bad, because sometimes we have to meet these sort of people in order to help us work on ourselves, because these people represent a mirror for us. Okay, they show us in that mirror our triggers, our traumas, our issues that we need to work on in order to, you know, stop those things from being triggering for us. And this person could be one of those people. However, you need to be a bit more cautious. That's what I'm getting. Like, you need to be a bit more cautious. Let's see this Ace of Wands. Let's get some more clarifiers. We have Ace of Swords. And we have Justice. And the King of Wands. Now, this person either gossips about you behind your back, or they are trying to trigger you to say things that you are not supposed to be saying. For whatever reason, this person believes that you might be holding some secret, or you might have done something bad, or they're trying to make you reveal your dirty secrets or your deeper secrets, something of that sort. And they want to do it while you are angry. So they want to get you angry, and they want to trigger that from you, and they might do it with words, with teasing, with bullying, with passive-aggressive attitude or jokes or something of that sort. And yes, they want to ruin some sort of a balance. They feel like they have something on you. They might be onto you, that you most definitely have something that they can use for their benefit. I want to see more about this person. We have Five of Wands. This is, you know, this is not a good person. They are all about drama, and they are all about conflict. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't necessarily have to resonate. Like, it could be, you know, sun, moon, rising. Yeah, their intentions are not very, very good. And you are being cautioned about this person not to put so much trust in them, because there's nothing to be trusted about this person. And if you, like, I feel like you're not following your intuition, you're not listening to your gut. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you're actually choosing to be very trusting of this person, and almost in a sense naive. I don't want to use that word, because for some people it sounds insulting, but like, you're actually choosing to close your eyes to what this person is doing. Maybe somebody younger, or maybe they seem not as bright. Okay, they might seem like they're not smart enough to do. You see them as not smart enough to be able to do this to you. But yeah, we don't, you know, your energy is not stable enough. Death. Let's see more about this. We have Four of Pentacles. We have Queen of Swords. We have Page of Cups. We have Nine of Swords. We have Eight of Cups. Whoever this person is, I feel like they are holding back big time. They could be a little bit hot and cold. For some of you, I'm getting like this very strong message about a romantic situation, but it doesn't have to be the case for everyone. It doesn't have to resonate for everyone. But I feel like they're giving you crumbs, or they're showing you very little, and this there are doubts about this in your head already, group number 2. There are doubts about it. You have a feeling that something's not right about this person. Something's very, very off. For some of you, I'm even getting like you are, maybe they asked you to borrow money or to lend them money. I don't know which, they lend them money. I'm sorry. Or to invest in something or start something new. They might want to present you with a new beginning, and you might have been holding back. So if you are not sure about what to do with this person, and you have your doubts and were holding back, especially with going further with them, you know, if it's a relationship, going to the next level, or lending them money, or going to business with them, something of that sort, you are very much correct. Okay, you are being advised to hold back from this person because they don't have very, very good intentions. You will most definitely not receive as much as you will invest in this situation. And you know, the best advice that Spirit can give you, or your higher self can give you, is for you to walk away from this, regardless of how much you've already invested in this situation, because it's simply not worth it. It's going to be a lot of trouble for you. And you know, trouble is the last thing you need, and especially, you know, this emphasis on financial things, okay, on money, on property, on you know, houses, whatever type of property, like material gains, material abundance. Like they can threaten that, or they might be after that, or they might want to have a little bit of a share from your material abundance. Let's see, we have the Willow. We have the Karmic Trench. We have Atsum. We have the Journey. We have Clearing the Way. Okay, let's see this Journey card. We have On Track. I have this Atsum. Winged Messengers. For some of you, you have been advised to be careful with this person. You have been advised to be careful with this person, and I feel like you know, this situation is about, what do I do from now on? Am I going to stay in this situation, stay in these circumstances, stay in touch with this person, work with this person, or am I going to move on from this person because I don't trust them? So that could be the question, regardless of the situation. The person that you are dealing with here seems to be very, I have a word in my head, but I don't think it's a word. They seem to be very flexible, but not in the positive way. Like they move like the Willow, they move in all directions, right? According to their benefit, according to their interests. So now they're on your side, but the moment they find a better deal somewhere else, they're gonna dump you, they're gonna leave you, and they don't care about the mess they are leaving behind. This is not a consistent person to work with. And I feel like this serves as a lesson for you, group number 2. This serves as a lesson because not everyone that comes into your life is meant to stay there, or is meant to be trustworthy. And at this point, you're just gonna have to take the trash out, or be very cautious about, you know, dealing with trash or people who are trashy. But I already, you know, it kind of feels like you've already made a certain decision. You're just not very sure about it. Like, am I going to hold on to this, or am I going to move on? You've decided that you want to move on and mind your own business, get on with your life, focus on, you know, what's important for you. But I don't know, with this On Track, it kind of feels like you're still sort of waiting, still hoping in the back of your mind that this person will come with you. So it's almost like you don't want to give up on this person, because I don't know, you have faith in them. Maybe you've known them for a while, maybe, yeah, you have a past with this person, something like that. But it's kind of like, you know, they're holding you back, they're really holding you back, and you've been warned about this. by people around you. You've been told this before, and you've been told how unstable this person is and how unloyal this person is towards people in general. And I don't feel like, maybe you believe, because of that Six of Wands energy, that ego energy, maybe you believe that they wouldn't do that to you because you're different, you're not that like the rest of the world. But I don't think that's the wisest approach, group number 2. Okay, so yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3, if you chose the giraffe, this is going to be a reading. Let's see, what does your higher self have to say about your current situation? Maybe some advice. We have 4 of Wands. We have 8 of Cups. We have the Hierophant. We have the Empress. We have 2 of Swords. We have the Sun. What I'm getting here, group number 3, is from your higher self, is the fact that you hold a lot more power than you think you have. I feel like for some of you, you might have given up on your power, or you just I don't know, you feel like you have to stay away from this situation from a certain situation. That's what I'm getting. It could be related to family. It might have a very powerful family element, but it could also be related to a certain community or a group of people. And you want to keep your distance from this because I feel like you don't feel you can make a difference in it, or you just want to be passive, or you don't want the drama. You don't want the drama. However, you hold a lot of power in this, and you could make a very good decision in this situation, and you're actually being advised to give your opinion and to intervene in this situation because it could be very, very helpful for somebody. Now, for some of you, there could be children involved. This doesn't have to resonate for everyone. There could be children involved here who might suffer the consequences of this entire family situation, and you will have to think about what's best for them. And for some of you, there could be a situation, again, doesn't have to resonate for everyone because this is very specific, where you have to choose between 2 wrongs. Okay, so you have one evil and then you have another evil, and you have to choose the least evil out of it. And you don't want to do that. You don't feel comfortable doing that. You just want to leave everything behind. Maybe you want to leave it at the hands of the destiny. Maybe some of you have been praying for a solution to this, but you are the solution. You have always been the solution. Okay, you have the answers for this. You know what needs to be done. You might have a hard time accepting this, and you might hesitate in doing this, but you have to take action in this situation and not turn a blind eye to this. Because it's your responsibility, it's a responsibility, and you can actually make a big difference, a positive difference for someone. Okay, like I said, maybe some children or maybe other people around you. Let's see more about these 2 of Swords. What can we get more about this? We have 10 of Pentacles. We have the Devil. For some of you, it might be the case of cutting ties with a family, with a situation that has become very, very toxic. There could be a bit of a codependency, or just a very, very toxic environment. Now, if you are a parent and you are dealing with a very highly toxic family circumstances, you might be thinking about going no contact or very low contact with these people for the sake of your children, if you are a parent, okay? But for some of you, it could be for the sake of your inner child, okay? My cutting ties with these people. I'm getting a very strong toxic family element. Now, this family could be parents, it could be siblings, extended family, it could even be a life partner, like a husband or a spouse or a wife or whatever. So if you've been pondering on that, I feel like challenging the way things used to be. Maybe some traditions, maybe some cultural norms, like cultural values. You might come from a very rigid culture, which is, a bit toxic, and you were thinking like, should I move on from this? Should I get away from this? Should I cut contact with these people? For some of you, for the sake of your children, or for the sake of some children, for us, for the sake of your inner child, because you want to heal, you don't no longer want to deal with that. Let's see this Eight of Cups real quick. We have Ten of Wands. We have Seven of Swords. Yes, you've been dealing with this circumstance, with this situation that you have on your mind. You have been dealing with it for a very long time. You have been carrying this burden for a very long time, and I feel like you lied to yourself. You lied to yourself about being able to do it, or maybe you're gaslighting yourself that it's not as bad, that that's how it's supposed to be, that's the norm. Let's see. Yeah, Two of Wands. You are lying to yourself that you made the right choice. There could be this very self-sacrificing energy for some of you, like martyr energy, like you putting up with this because it's your duty and you're doing your duty, and maybe you'll be compensated. You're doing good deeds and you're going to receive good things in return. But I know this is a very hopeless situation. This is a situation that you're not supposed to stay in, because it's not good. And yeah, like I said, you're gaslighting yourself that you are making the right choice, that you are doing the right thing, or you've been doing that so far. And you are being advised to, be more decisive about this, Think of yourself. We have Seven of Cups reversed. We have Six of Wands. And I feel like this situation, whatever the situation you are dealing with, is sort of killing your dreams. Right? It's killing your options, it's killing your perspective, it's killing your opportunities in life. It's holding you back, it's keeping you away from success. We have King of Pentacles. For some of you, it might keep you away from like financial success, from material accomplishments. It's putting you into debt maybe. We have the High Priestess. I'm seeing, and the Hanged Man. I am seeing a lot of, paperwork, that maybe you are enmeshed in this situation with a lot of paperwork. There could be a lot of documents. There could be a lot of secrets. Maybe there are family secrets that you want to keep from the rest of the world, when it comes to your family maybe, or when it comes to the people that you are dealing with, these circumstances, There's this element of shame. There's this element of we have to keep this between us. And let's see this Hangman. And you feel like your mouth is sealed, because it has to be sealed. You have to keep this secret, and you have to keep moving on. And this martyr energy, okay, this self-sacrificing energy, where you have to carry on this burden, this secret. And you don't have to. We have Five of Pentacles. You don't have to, but it kind of feels like you want to look for a solution, and you're being given the solution. And the Lovers. You are being told that there are other options. There are other options, and there is a different perspective on things, and there is a different way of seeing things, and some of you might not be on your own. For some of you, I'm getting like help is closer than you actually think, or the answers are closer than you actually think, and you choose not to see that answer, or you don't want to see that answer, you don't want to deal with that. Maybe it requires you starting a new journey, right? Like going to that church, being a spiritual journey, and you're not ready for that. You don't want to take that leap, but you will have to eventually, because I feel like it's not just you involved in this situation, okay? There's other people who are affected, and like I said, you can make a big difference in other people's lives by making this decision. But only take what resonates. Not everything is going to resonate. We have the Architect. We have Uriel and the Sphinx. We have diversity. Okay. We have Archangel Michael. We have in Crescent Moon. So, yeah, I feel like, you know, you've been working in silence for so long. Like I said, that 10 of Wands, you've been working in silence with this for so long. Maybe you've been a provider for somebody. Maybe you've been a support system for somebody. Maybe the whole thing became a bit too codependent, like too toxic in a sense. We have the Archangel Michael with these two children, protecting those two children. Maybe, again, like children could be involved. But here's the thing. We have this diversity, which could reflect a shift in your perspective with the Hangman. And we have Uriel and the Sphinx. And you know about the Sphinx and the riddle of the Sphinx, right? But Uriel, Archangel Uriel, is associated with wisdom. Is associated with knowledge, among other things. Okay? So I feel like you know this. Okay, you have this inner knowledge. And we have 21, which sums up to a 3. But it's divided here, okay? 3 is a number of Trinity, the completion. But here is divided, okay? It's a 2 and a 1. And it's a 2 for, you know, I feel like I associated 2 with Archangel Uriel and 1 with the Sphinx. So there's only one piece missing here. Group number 3. Only one piece missing. You have to put the pieces together. You can no longer be, maybe some of you are very divided, like you have your loyalties here, but then you have your loyalties there, and you are trying to make to keep everyone happy. And I don't think you can pull that off anymore, group number 3. I don't think you can maintain that balance. Because you think you're helping everyone and everyone's happy, but eventually it's all going to come crumbling down. And you, like I said, you have to think of other people's, not just yourself, because you're not the only one involved here. You have a very big responsibility here, because you have a very high position. You have a high ground. Okay, let's get one last card. Now, mind you, I'm not telling you what to do. This is advice from your higher self. You can choose to follow it. You can choose not to follow it. I believe in freedom of decision. I'm not telling you what to do. And neither does your higher self. You know, you will make the decision or your decisions as you feel is the best for you and for others around you. You have the King of Roses. We have the Willow. We have Views of the Ego. Okay, and one last one. Real quick. I don't want to make this too long. And we have Sangha Community. Okay. Think with your heart and not with your ego. I feel like you are very focused on appearances, and I think the situation became this way, this toxic, because of appearances, okay? Because of what you're showing to the outside world, maybe you, maybe your family, whatever. I feel like that mattered a lot, you know, how you were being seen and how people were seeing the situation. And I feel like this time you need to make your decision with your heart. You think you have to, it has to come from a place of love. And it has to be a decision that will ultimately bring you peace. Because like I said, if you are a person who others look up to, your peace will also bring them peace. Okay? Your light will spread to the people around you. You might have, for some of you, you might have to confront the public opinion. Okay, the opinion of the society, or the opinion of other people around you. You might have to challenge that. And like I said, some old values, old traditions of your culture or something of that sort. It might be a challenge, okay, because not everyone's, you know, this could be a very deep tradition. This could be very deep values. But it's not impossible to do, okay? So, yeah, group number 3, I will leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.